Hello everyone, this is Dean with Angry Agent Games. Today we're going to be doing day 7 of our Shadowdark 365 challenge, where we create a new asset every day for an upcoming setting that I want to create for Shadowdark. So the setting that we're creating already has a lot of lore and assets that I had created for it that I was GMing for a playgroup for quite a while. But I want to flesh it out with more information, more assets, things like that uh, to get it a finished product for it. Now, the good thing is since I know what that setting is and the theme of it, it will flavor everything that we do moving forward. So let's go ahead and roll up what random thing we're making today, and we will go from there. So it looks like we're going to be making a dungeon room. So since some of the assets we've already made, I had a dungeon room, I think it was the Starlight Ruins. That was almost complete. I don't want to do that one. So we're going to make a new dungeon room. So we roll up a dungeon room, find out what that room in that dungeon is going to have, and then we'll roll up a new site. That way we can determine the size, the theme, everything of that dungeon, and move, and that way we have a whole new location for characters to check out. So let's click on dungeon room. It looks like there's going to be a creature in this room, some kind of creature encounter. So let's go ahead and hit site now, because site is going to give us some details of what this dungeon even is. All right, so we have a medium-sized dungeon. It's a ruins. It's the name of this is the Monastery of the Veiled Chasm. Now, we don't have to go with that name. That is just a seed that we will use, but we'll get back to that. It is for mid-level characters from 4 to 6. It is fortified, so somebody lives there. And the legend to this place is a place of pilgrimage for a dark religion. So, okay, so we have some kind of dark monastery. Instead of chasm, we can go order, or we can go brotherhood. So it could be the monastery of the Veiled Brotherhood or something of that nature. I kind of like that. So let's do this. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and create a new handout here. And we're going to call this the Monastery of the Veiled Order for now. We can always change that down the road. So we know that is a site is a ruin. All right, the size is, let's look here. 2d4 plus 2. So let's roll 2d4. Let's see how many rooms that this place is going to have. So 7, 8, 9 rooms. So let's go 9 rooms. So it's a decent size. So of course we're only doing one room today, but as we go forward, we'll fill this dungeon up with different encounters. And once we get a good since it's fortified, we know that there's people there. So once we get a good encounter, or maybe we come up with we don't roll an encounter for one of these rooms, we just make one that, what we want it to be, right? So, but let me go ahead and I'm going to hit danger. And then we're going to go levels 4 to 6. What else do we have? It is fortified. Fortified pilgrimage location for a dark religion. Okay, so in my setting, I do have different gods than the normal. Oh, look at that stupid caps lock. Location of a dark religion. Sorry about that. So I already have the gods pretty much made. So I know the evil gods and the good gods and everything else. So I got a good idea of who this is going to be for. Um, so let's go ahead and go with room 1. So the first room we rolled up is going to be a room with a creature. Now, since we're actually going to be creating creatures, I would like to roll a d6. If we roll a 1 and a 6, maybe that will create a totally new creature. But if we roll anything higher, we're going to roll on runes table or something like that, or even the tombs table or something to see what encounter it would be in that room. So let's go ahead and roll the d6. If it's a 1, we're going to make a new creature. If it's anything above that, we're just going to go with any creature that is normally found in the Shadowdark book. So it will be a normal creature. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up encounters, and we're going to go ahead and pull up the encounter tables here. All right, let me find ruins. So I'm going to roll ruins and tombs and to see what I got. So I had toyed around with doing level dungeons. I don't really like it. I like having the chaos of multi-tier creatures being in a dungeon. So, but right now I'll fix that down the road. But let me go ahead and click on runes seasoned and see what we get. At the bottom here, we have a roll on the caves table. So it's not something that's normally found in a ruin. It's something on the caves table. So let's go ahead and roll caves. And looks like a kobold. So, since this is a dark religion, we could have, it says it's in a bear trap. It could be just, doesn't have to be a trap. It could be that it is locked up, chained up. Maybe the occult or whatever religion is there is keeping this thing for experiments or torture, or maybe it's a slave. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead, kobold locked in this location by residents of the ruin. Now, since he's locked up, since it was a trap, I would like to say that he probably doesn't like his captors. So he might be actually pretty amicable to the players and getting free and maybe helping them with information or even showing them different locations. So I like that idea. So let me see here. Is a prisoner and will do anything to escape. Okay, so now this is only room 1 of 9 rooms. So these other rooms are going to be most likely cultists or bandits or whatever the case may be that worship this dark religion. All right, so I would say that it probably doesn't have a lot of people in there since it's a pilgrimage location. Low amount of residents, unless on religious events, we'll just put. So we know that the it's a pilgrimage location. So the people that are here are probably just the caretakers of this place while the other members of the religion are elsewhere doing whatever evil deeds that they're doing. And when they come back, is when they have maybe a religious event once a month or every few months or whatever the case may be. But I already know. I think I would say I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of information here um, of the Veiled Order, and then I'm gonna put in here uh, Order of Ingruk. Ingruk is one of the evil gods in my in my setting. He is uh, kind of the Sauron character. So I think these worshippers maybe hold mass there, things like that, and will monastery. There we go. I'm spelling everything wrong here, man. All right, so Ingruk obviously is a name that is not going to show up as spelled correctly, but that gives us an idea. So this first room that we got is just a kobold. Prisoner, maybe a slave. Maybe they keep him around because he's small and weak. They lock him up in a room, and when they need him to do stuff like clean and things like that, they let him out. So why don't we give this guy a name? Let's do that. Let me go to random tables here. I'm going to go to names. There's names. So I don't have kobold in here, but maybe we could find something that sounds similar to half orc. Let's just roll a couple names here. Let's Nord. We'll choose like a Nord name. Why don't we choose like a goblin sounding? There we go. Let's get some different ones here. Vekgor, Eriker, and Squog. I like Squog. Actually, that's a perfect name for this guy. Kobold. We're just going to call him Squog the Kobold. So Squog the Kobold is a prisoner here. So, all right. So I think this would be good because if the players come across his cell, they will be able to. So room 1 is the cell. It's a cell. Let's put that. Cell of Squog. All right. So I think that'll pretty much do it for today. We created a new dungeon. We got a room in that dungeon and an encounter in that room. Now, and we know he's a prisoner, so PCs can get some information or even get shown where things are, or at least or help even during the fight. So that obviously is up to the GM what they want to do moving forward when they're running that adventure. So any questions, comments, let me know. It's been great. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.